is not the person in office anymore, says National Security Advisor NSA. The National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Monguno, he bears the same title as the supposed dead president of Nigeria, and that is retired Major General Muhammadu Buhari. Now, General Babagana Monguno, retired, recently said that some strange persons have been the one presiding, deciding, overseeing matters of governance in Nigeria. And Nigeria is an expired nation, an expired contraption, an expired experiment that was brought together by the British monarchy for their own selfish and greedy purpose. The country itself, according to the Amalgamation Act, ends January 2014. Some say December 2014, but whatever it is, we are in 2020. And one would ask, why are we still together? Why is the nation in this way, where we have professors, we have people that are learned, we have people that are vast in military warfare, yet none of these people can come together and come to a realization that they are fooling themselves, and this is the highest level of mediocrity. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has now come in the open to validate this claim, and that President Muhammadu Buhari has abdicated his social and public responsibility to Abba Kyari. Now, Abba Kyari is not the only person that has been said over time and continuously being said to be the one running the nation. Abba Kyari is the chief of staff, and according to the constitution and according to the memo that got leaked recently, the duties, the portfolios, the mandate of Abba Kyari has been stated clearly according to the constitution. And what is this? Information from the president is passed down to certain groups of people. But unfortunately, Abba Kyari presides over a lot of sections. He meets with the ambassadors, he meets with the security chiefs and the rest of that, which they said is not according to the constitution. Question is this: who is the president? That's the point. One important role of good governance is to ensure the security and welfare of our citizens. The PDP is of the opinion that since the President Muhammadu Buhari has indirectly left these responsibilities to Abba Kyari, then he has no right to remain in office. There were some information that got leaked some times ago about the health condition of the man that is sitting on that presidential seat. According to IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, he said Buhari is dead, and that we have an impostor, someone that has been cloned. After a while, they say, okay, it wasn't cloned. But the point that has been raised is that the man we have there is Jubril Al-Sudani, and not a man that is fit to be on that seat. Either is dead or not dead. The point that we should take note of here is that everything in that contraption is not working. It is dead. It is not working. Now, all government, definitely they have their challenges that they try to work on. But unfortunately, in this case, it's a terrible thing. It's a shame. Now, I'll point something out that could, as from the health issues that we heard, the information that got leaked out about the health condition of the man that is supposed to be Buhari sitting down there. They say suffering from some internal issues that has to do with his intestines and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to go to much of the medical terms for that. That they claim is the reason why that man sitting on that seat, either we call him Jubril Al-Sudani or Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, or whatever name you want to call him, that is the reason they claim is always on the leave, always jumping from Abuja, FCT, Aso Rock, down to the United Kingdom, London, for medical treatment. One time we heard that he had hair problem, he ran down there and stuff like that. And they've continued running the show this way. The Chief of Staff, Malam Abba Kyari, It's not the only person, like I said, that is part of the people running the show. We have the Dauras, we have a lot of names that we can actually call. Some of them are cousins, relatives to the president. They claim the president, either the dead one or the alive one, or they're about to be dead. I wouldn't know. But these people, they live in the FCT, they live in Aso Rock, enjoy taxpayers' money, they do business, they loot, they do just whatever it is. There was a time that the wife of the supposed dead president or alive started speaking out, said, my husband is not the one in charge of the government. There are some people that never contributed to him getting to that seat 2015, and now they are the ones running the show. They are the ones dictating and commanding and all of that. And there was a voice note that was leaked out, and what we saw there is a term used for the wife of the president. They call her the terrorist, the suicide bomber from Yola. What a terrible shame this is. Now, the chief of staff, Malam Abba Kyari, who is indirectly the one piloting the affairs of the country, as revealed by General Mungunu, is the one presiding over sensitive matters of the nation. And this is terrible. Simply put, Buhari himself, or the dead Buhari, or the late Jubril, or the clone Jubril, is incapable of making decisions. And these decisions have been left to the hands of Abba Kyari, Daura, and the rest of these guys. They are the one running the show. This president, dead or alive, is like someone on retirement, living on taxpayers' money. Nigerians are invited to note the verdict by the NSA, who, in support of the position of the PDP, affirmed that such situation is responsible for the failure of government to defend Nigerians and find solution to the worsening security under Major General Muhammadu Buhari's regime, dead or alive, the president of Nigeria. Some time ago, the First Lady, like I said, alerted Nigerians that it is no longer my husband that is in office, but a stranger has taken up the responsibility of Nigeria, of the presidency. Now, I am not in support of PDP, neither am I in support of APC. I've never been partisan, as they are all birds of the same feather. They flock together. If you waste your energy, time, and future, and even your life, trying to support one party or the other, or any of these politicians, you're not doing yourself any good. You're doing yourself a huge harm, as they are all the same. They have no clear-cut. In fact, the parties do not have any clear-cut ideology. You don't find any party fighting for the masses or fighting for workers and all of that. They just need a name, an organization registered. And that organization, that name is like an anointing ground where they anoint the next criminal, the next looter. So I am not in support of PDP, APC, ADC, whatever name you want to come up with. I am not in support of them, as it is easy for them to decamp and just join the next party, and their sins will be forgiven. Now, Nigerians, unfortunately, people living in that contraption, trapped in that contraption called Nigeria, a country that is supposed to have been dissolved, have now joined their voices to call out on who is the president, who is on that seat, and whoever is there to resign, since he is no longer capable of handling the national matters, the nation's matter. Now, a lot of comments out there, people are not just happy. Now, someone said, let Fulanis and some foolish people that cannot see beyond their nose come out now and talk against Prophet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I know that they will not show up their ugly face to comment here because they are feeling ashamed. The cow in Aso Rock is from Sudan. He is a cow from another country ruling and manipulating Nigeria. Yet some foolish people cannot see the danger ahead of them. Some say, well, the man in Aso Rock is not the man they voted for. Another person say, it is not the president we Nigerians knew before now. Let us go to the upper chamber and do the needful. What a shame. PDP is as weak as any other party. That's what someone said. They said their DNA is simply stealing, looting, and corruption. That's just what it is. Now, who is the person that is presiding over the affairs of Nigeria? Who is making and giving out sensitive information and all of that? It's a terrible thing. And now, there is something that happened not too long ago. It still needs to be confirmed anyway. And that is the death of one of the supposed directors, or someone that has something to do with Aso Rock, and also someone that has something to do with the office of the chief of staff or something like that. The story there is that this woman got murdered in a house in Jos, and they claim that the leak of that letter, of the memo that has gone viral, is as a result of the woman. And this woman has been murdered, and no one is able to yet point out the reason why she's murdered. Although, like we said, insecurity is the order of the day. So what is your take? Do you think that man there is Buhari, dead or alive, Jubril al-Sudani? What is really happening? How is it possible that the chief of staff is the one running the affairs of the country, while every other person, the vice president, imagine a professor, a pastor, has to take orders from a man that cannot present his own level? The same person is being run by Abba Kyari and the rest of that, and they coordinate and they control. Is it as a result of the jaundiced constitution we have? Let us meet at the comment section. And while you're at that, if you are already a member of this channel, I say a very big thank you for the support so far. And if you're not, let's join hands together by you tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell. It will definitely alert you whenever videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.